building muscle while transitioning from a male to a female. Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. Got a very unique question today from a long-time viewer. This viewer is transitioning from the male gender to the female gender and is taking drugs that will impact hormones, will lower testosterone, raise estrogen, and wants to know about bulking, building muscle expectations. So I'm going to talk about that in this video. Before I do so, if you have a question, check out the link below. Come on over, submit your questions. The best questions I turn into videos just like this. So the meat of the question is, while this individual is transitioning from male to female and testosterone levels are going to dramatically decrease, how should they bulk? What should they expect, etc.? And this isn't a question that's easily answered, but I can give you some basic parameters on what to expect. Women, generally men, over the course of their life when they're bulking, can put on about 30 to 35 pounds of muscle mass maximum. That's assuming they didn't start out as an underweight teenager at about 120, 130 pounds. And you know that has a little bit extra room to build more muscle mass just as your body weight normalizes. So the average male can build about 30 to 35 pounds of muscle mass over the course of their life. A female, we don't really have a lot of hardcore statistics on this, but just from my experience in the gym, I would probably say that the average female can probably build about half of that, 10 to 15 pounds of muscle mass max over the course of their life. It could be a little bit greater, but for the average woman, you know, that's probably a fair number, 10 to 15 pounds of muscle mass, maybe 10 to 12 pounds of muscle mass. So for a male transitioning to a female, if you're looking at it just from a straight female perspective and a hormonal perspective, that's probably a reasonable goal. Now, there's other physiological issues at play here, bone structure, and you have an amount of muscle mass that you were born with that can be increased. Because when you lift weights, you don't increase the number of muscle cells, you simply make them bigger. That's how the hypertrophy process works. So as a male, if you're a taller male and you have a bigger amount of muscle mass right out of the gate, or just a normal sized male and you have a larger amount of muscle mass outside, right out of the gate, you're just going to make those cells bigger through hypertrophy, because you had more muscle mass compared to the average female that the average female was born with. So you can analyze, the average woman might be able to gain 10 to 12 to 15 pounds of muscle mass over the course of their life. But if you factor in the natural advantage that you had starting out as a male, assuming that you had an advantage regarding muscle mass, there is a potential to build more muscle mass. How much is speculative? No one really knows. But I would say that it could be as high as maybe 15, 20, even 25 pounds. Will testosterone levels guide this? Will they limit this? Yes, to a degree, but back in 2006, 2007, when I was very, very overweight, my testosterone levels were close to 200, and I still had quite a substantial amount of muscle mass. So would testosterone levels, the lowering of testosterone levels, limit this? Certainly, but still, given the fact that a female could add 10, 12, maybe even 15 pounds of muscle mass, and then you factor in the fact that a male transitioning to a female would have potentially more muscle tissue right out of the gate, that opens the door still, even with lower testosterone levels, to see 15, 20, maybe even 25 pounds of muscle mass. I don't know. It's speculative. But to answer one final question, how should you bulk? How should you bulk? How aggressively should you bulk? Well, that comes down to goals. I mean, I really don't like aggressive bulks for people over the age of 30, and I'm not sure how old this individual is. But, you know, for females, I typically don't advocate aggressive bulks anyway, because females aren't naturally, you know, they aren't naturally in that enhanced zone where they can put on muscle mass as easy as a male. So it's going to take longer. I'd rather see a female go slow and low. If you want to bulk, just, you know, eat a couple hundred calories over your maintenance level. But more than that, I would not even bulk. What I would do is just focus on eating 80 to 90% of your food choices from clean foods, you know, healthy, clean foods. Your vegetables, your fruits, your proteins, your healthy fats. Just eat clean and listen to your body, and eat when your body is hungry. If you eat when you're hungry and you listen to your body and you're eating 90, 80% whole clean foods, you're really not going to get fat. You're going to build muscle mass at an optimal rate as long as you're eating enough daily protein. And how much protein is that? Well, generally for a woman, I would recommend 100 to 120 grams minimum. But for a transitional male going to a female, because you have an additional advantage of base muscle tissue, I would probably aim for 140 to 150 grams a day. A lot of this is speculation, so feel free to hammer me in the comments if you think my logic is whacked. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.